If you're not optimizing your ads, you're wasting money and you're losing out on the power of Facebook advertising. Let me show you how to optimize. I've got a few tricks that I've learned over the years and some hacks to help you accelerate your ad launches. You may not have heard of some of these before, so stick around until the end. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Morgan, digital marketing professional here at LYFE Marketing. Today, I'm bringing you Facebook ads optimization updated for 2021. Optimizing ads is an essential part of any healthy, successful advertising campaign. It's a super important skill, and it's one that can take a lot of time and a lot of trial and error to master. But that's why I'm here. I want to help you cut to the front of the line so that you don't have to go through all that pain and suffering like I did. In today's video, I'm going to cover what to optimize for and how, and I'm going to go over some Facebook hacks or lesser known tactics that you can use to give your ads a boost when you first launch. But a word of warning before you get started. Okay, that was a little dramatic, but a small word of caution. Don't get so focused on optimization that you over-edit your ads. When making edits to your campaigns, it takes Facebook between 24 and 48 hours to adjust to the changes and start delivering normally again. Sometimes you can stay in this learning phase for even longer. You need to let the ads sit and not make any changes, and more importantly, not make any conclusions about how they're performing for a few days. Let's look at what you should optimize for. The first is optimize ad schedule. This is the time of day and the day of the week that your ads are showing. The second thing you want to optimize for is creative combinations. This helps you avoid ad fatigue and get a lower CPA, which is a cost per action. You also want to optimize your ad placements so that you stop showing ads in places where no one is clicking them. And the fourth is using A/B testing to figure out more quickly what's working and what isn't. Let's talk about how to optimize your ad schedule. Check to see which days of the week and what time of day works best for your ads. Every business has peak and off-peak hours. You want to find out which days and hours get the most conversions for the lowest cost per action. Let me show you how to find that. First, go to Facebook Ads Manager and click on Reports. Use the breakdown menu to break down your campaign by day. You can use data from multiple campaigns to find the best time for your ads across the board. Now, if you want to set your ad campaigns on a custom schedule, you'll do that like this. Go to your Ads Manager again, select Ad Sets, and click the checkbox next to the ad that you want to edit. You'll select Edit from here. Then you'll make changes to your schedule in the Budget and Schedule section here. You can choose a specific date to have your ad start or stop, schedule your ad to run on specific days of the week, extend the date of an ad that has already completed its run if you want to keep it running. You would, of course, only do this if that ad performed very well. Then you'll select Publish to publish your changes immediately, or select Close to save the changes and publish later. Now, these changes that you make will reset your ads to the learning phase that we talked about a little bit earlier. So you may want to save these for any other big changes that you're already planning on making, like audience targeting or refreshing creative, etc. Let's look at how to optimize your creative combinations. Your ad creative is what people are going to be looking at, reading, and interacting with. The behind-the-scenes setup things like targeting and placements aren't visible to your customer. As far as they know, this is all that advertising is for you. That's why you need to show the best ad possible for each person. But how can you do that when you're making one ad with one graphic or video at a time? Well, the simple answer is you don't. You let someone or something do the hard work for you. Like Tom Sawyer on the fence. Now, you used to do A/B testing by creating an ad, duplicating it, and then just changing one thing and watching both of those ads. You would split up the budget evenly between them and handle that all manually. Not so with dynamic ads, which I suggest you use. Dynamic ads are the way to go to skip the agony of A/B testing creative and waiting weeks and weeks for results. I like this option a lot for small business owners or digital marketers who are just getting started and don't have a lot of experience, or a ton of extra time to spend on the platform. When you use dynamic ads, you're actually creating a template with your catalog, so that Facebook has a bunch of different options to create ads for your audience. Facebook uses machine learning to put together customized ads for each user. I especially like to use dynamic ads when I'm retargeting website visitors or abandoned carts. This is so Facebook can show them the actual product they were just looking at or had added to their carts and left. Let me show you how to set up dynamic ads so that you can start using these. But before I do that, here's a quick message from our co-founder about our new online courses.
Hey, we just helped a small business make over $1.5 million through Facebook advertising. And after managing millions of dollars in ad spend for thousands of different small businesses, we have decided to give away everything we learned to you in a special program. If you want to learn the blueprint to success, the best practices from some of the fastest growing companies in the world, and all of the different tools you will need, then sign up for our social ads training program today.
Now that you understand how to optimize your ads, and we've talked a little bit about what I look for, I want to share with you some of the tricks that I've learned along the way to kind of accelerate my ad launch. It's always nice to give your ads a bit of a head start, especially if you're just starting out, because you just want that W. I'm going to show you how to create the ad first, and then we'll go over all of those tips. So go to the Ads Manager and select Create. You'll create your campaign, choose catalog sales, app installs, lead generation, conversions, traffic, or messages as your objective. Depending on your campaign objective, you will select your catalog at the campaign, ad set, or ad level. So this will vary a little bit. If you choose catalog sales, then you'll choose your catalog at the campaign level. For app installs or lead generation, you'll choose your catalog when you create your actual ad set. And for conversions, traffic, and messages, you'll choose your catalog when you create your ad. Dynamic audience options are not available for those objectives. Next, you'll finish creating your dynamic ad according to your campaign objective. Refer to what I mentioned just previously for when you will set that up. And here's an extra bonus tip for you. Extra bonus is a little redundant, but it's one of those days. If you use dynamic ads and retargeting audiences and you see a sustained decrease in performance, try testing your ad against a broad audience. It might make all of the difference. Now let's look at optimizing your ad placement. Cost per click can vary over 550% depending on ad placements, so this is something that you need to pay close attention to. It's going to have a major impact on your cost per result and your ad ranking metrics. Here's where you'll find that. Go to Ads Manager and use the breakdown menu to show placements. Identify your top performing placements here. Now here's what you'll do with that information. First, you'll increase your bids on the top performing placements. You want to check your bid ads across placements to see if you're paying a lot more or a lot less for specific placements. You can find that information here. Go to Ads Manager, click the Columns dropdown, and select Bidding and Optimization. After you do that, you'll remove any very poorly performing placements. Let me show you how to do that. Go to Ads Manager and navigate to the ad that you're editing. Click on Edit. You'll be dropped into the ad, but you can navigate using the left sidebar here like this. You'll adjust placement at the ad set level. Click on the ad set, organized a step above your actual ad. Scroll down and click the checkbox to remove placements from your ad. Click Publish to publish the changes. Keep in mind that a significant change will reset your ad to the learning phase, which will take 24 to 48 hours or longer to recover from. Again, I like to batch all of my big edits into one. That way I'm not resetting the ad every few days. Now, the next thing that you should do is use A/B testing. One of the most important things that you need to do as a small business owner or a digital marketer is to find out what's working and what isn't. And ideally, you need to do this as quickly and as affordably as possible. I recently recorded a detailed video on Facebook A/B testing that I mentioned before, so make sure that you check that out after this video. It's got a ton of great information and in-depth tutorials that I think you'll find helpful. Here's what I know you're waiting for: the Head Start hacks that I've developed over the years or learned from other marketers. I'll go over what they are first and then show you how to do them in more detail. My first hack is to use an existing post as social proof. My second hack is to inject a little rocket fuel into my ads when my client has a very small budget by fudging my budget numbers a little bit at the beginning. The third is to poach big page audiences that relate to your audience. Let's talk about the social proof hack first. What is social proof? When we talk about social proof in marketing, we use it to mean something like evidence. Social proof is evidence that your product or your business is liked by other people. Humans, being communal animals that we are, seek approval and conformity with others. That means we're more likely to engage with something positively when we can see that others have accepted that thing. Why does social proof matter? Social proof can be the reason that your product does really well. And conversely, it can be the reason that your product doesn't do well. When you use social proof, you're making your customers feel more comfortable with their purchase. That's because there are more indicators telling them this is a good, safe idea. Plus, one of the biggest forms of marketing out there right now is social proof based. Can you guess what it is? If you said influencer marketing, you're correct. Influencer marketing is social proof. The influencer tells their group of people, hey, I like this product. Their people give it a try, they start praising it and promoting it like the influencer did, and boom, social proof. Now you may be thinking, that's great, Morgan, but how do I get social proof? And I'm very glad that you asked that question, because that's my next point. Here are some ways that you can collect social proof for your small business. First, you want to publish a great post to your page. Then you want to boost this post to get more engagement. Throw $30 or $40 behind it if that's all you have. Now the key here, of course, is to make sure that it's an engaging post to get that engagement, but you know that. Then you'll go into the Ads Manager and you'll create a new ad. You'll select Use an Existing Post instead of all the other options that you have. Set up the rest of your ad as you normally would. An A/B test would be a great idea here. I would recommend trying to test your targeting first and publish your ad. Now your brand new ad has the engagement that exists on the original post. That includes the reactions and comments, so there's a ton of social proof going behind your ad. Now this does mean that you won't be able to edit your ad creative at all, but I think it's worth it. Next, let's talk about my budget setup hack. Now I learned this hack from a website called Ad Espresso. They have a ton of great information, and I've been using this hack for a while. I don't remember exactly when I read it, but it works great. Check them out, but check out this trick first. If you're working with a small budget, it can sometimes take days or even weeks for your ads to really start performing. And that time can be really frustrating because as a small business owner, you just want to see sales. You just want success. Now, before I learned this hack, I would use Facebook's accelerated delivery option. But when you choose this, Facebook will focus on the speed of delivery by sacrificing your budget. To get around this, you can fudge your daily budget at the beginning. You can always adjust your budget back to the correct one later. Here's what you'll do to use this tip. Set up your ad like normal, but when you get to the budget section, set your daily or lifetime budget for higher than your actual budget. Launch your ad and wait until you have over 10,000 impressions. Then you can start evaluating what's working and what isn't and adjust your budget. You want to adjust your budget at the same time that you make changes to what isn't working. You don't need to do this every time you make changes to your campaign, like when it goes into a new learning phase. This is really just helpful at the very beginning of a launch. Now let's look at how to use someone else's audience ethically. There are people and pages who are followed by millions of folks in your target audience. You can target these audiences, built completely by somebody else, to give your ads a head start by reaching people most likely to want what you're offering. Here's how you'll ethically poach this audience. First step is to find pages who have built a large audience around your industry or niche. Then you'll go to the ads manager and create an ad as you normally would. You'll choose video views as your objective for this ad though. Make sure your video is awesome, by the way. When you get to targeting, go to interests. Enter the name of the people or pages that you found when you were doing your research earlier. Add them to your audience. As you can see, I chose Gary Vee here. He's worked hard to build up a very big audience that we can use to our advantage in the marketing industry. You'll continue creating your ad as you normally would. I suggest you use A/B testing and dynamic creative to make the most of your ad. You want to optimize for the things that I mentioned earlier. And don't forget that A/B testing is going to be key. If you found any of this information or any of these hacks helpful, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and leaving a comment. Do you have any Facebook hacks that you've tried that works well for your ads? I'd love to hear about them so that I can give them a shot. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our new digital marketing content that we're putting out weekly. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch. I'll see you next time.